Howdy folks. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you new here, welcome, glad you can make it. I'm the grouchy old patriot, and this is yet another installment of a little sit-down chit-chat we like to call Coffee with a Grouch. So go grab a cup of coffee or mason jar of sweet tea, your favorite adult beverage, and sit down and see if we can teach each other a thing or two. I want to talk today about something that they've been pushing for several years now, and I think it may be another piece to the puzzle. And by that, those of you who've watched my videos know what I'm talking about, and those that are new, I've made another video. You can go back and watch it, talking about putting pieces of the puzzle together and how the left seems to be trying to fundamentally transform this country, and not necessarily in a good way. What I'd like to talk about today is electric vehicles, in part. The question I've got is, why are they pushing them so hard? Any person with half a brain knows that with our current infrastructure, electric vehicles are not sustainable. The global warming people, climate change people, the eco warriors are all up in arms and preaching sustainability. We got to be more sustainable. Well, if you look at it, electric vehicles require batteries that are manufactured from rare earth elements, and they're rare, that's in their name. Right now, they've got a moratorium on mining rare earth minerals here in the United States. China has been going global, locking up mining deals in places like Venezuela and Sub-Saharan Africa and all over the world for rare earth minerals, manufacture batteries, manufacture solar panels, manufacture wind generators. Well, it takes more fuel to extract fossil fuel, to extract rare earth minerals, refine them, manufacture them into a battery, and then put them in a car, then that car would have burned in probably 10 years for the average family. They're not sustainable. We don't have the infrastructure right now to have charging stations everywhere you need them. And right now, where do those charging stations get their power from? Well, they get it off the power grid, or like a little 6-space Tesla charging facility I saw over in Arkansas. They got a diesel generator sitting right there providing power for that charging station. And Arkansas had a sense of humor. They had a nice sign up that said, hope you enjoy the smell and sound of this diesel generator as your electric vehicle charges. Thought that was pretty funny. But then I do have a warped sense of humor. But back to electric cars. I know all of you have seen pictures. People's made memes of electric vehicles with dead batteries sitting on the side of the road and a little Honda generator sitting there charging it up using gasoline, or a little diesel generator, or a service truck pulled up with a diesel generator on the back of it charging an electric car. Don't make a whole lot of sense now, does it? You know, it don't to this old grouch, but we don't have the infrastructure across the nation to support electric vehicles. California, their illustrious governor Gavin Newsom has said he wants to do away with the gasoline-powered vehicles, fossil fuel-powered vehicles, by 2030 or 2035, something like that. Go to all electric. Well, hell, they can't even keep the damn lights on now. How are they going to charge everybody's electric car? Like I said, it's not sustainable. I remember back to the 70s when I was a kid, seeing commercials on TV for save the ecology, you know. Save the rainforest, save the whales, save this, save that, you know. Got to be good eco-warriors for this planet. It's been going on for 40 years, folks, 50 years, folks. They said back then that the ice caps were melting and all the glaciers were melting and New York would be, the Statue of Liberty would be knee-deep in water. Well, if that's true, why do all the elites still want to buy beachfront property in Florida, California? Answer that question for me. If the environment was such a big deal right now and they felt so strongly about it, why hasn't President Joe Biden converted his presidential limousine to electric power? How come AOC isn't flying in a flying coach crammed in with all the other little sardines like you and me, instead of flying on first class in a government plane? Why do all these elites who preach climate change and save the environment jetting all over the world to their summits in private jets, showing up in nice big chauffeured limousines that burn more gasoline than my pickup, if they really believe in it? They don't believe in it. I think it's all a ploy, and I'll tell you why. They're wanting to move everybody out of the country. They want to get rid of rural living. They're doing their best now to get rid of the family farm, getting it all to corporate farming, forcing people to move to the cities, We're going to get rid of cars. Well, cars are kind of an American tradition. Can you think of anything else that kind of symbolizes American freedom like a car? You get in it when you want to, you go where you want to. Hell, Route 66, people running across the country because they just wanted to see something new. We've had a car culture for as long as there's been cars. We had great men in this country whose name were like Carnegie and Rockefeller and Ford. Built the industrial might of this nation in a bid for the expansion west. The railroads were not laid by the government. The railroads were laid by private companies, investors, people who wanted to explore and see and build new and bigger things. We've kind of lost that. Hell, our government rail system now, Amtrak, has lost money every damn year it's been in business. They can't make a profit, even though they charge $13 for a dried out cheeseburger, $4 for a can of Coca-Cola. Them private company wouldn't still be in business, but the government, because they believe in that rail transport, we're going to keep subsidizing it with taxpayer money. Why are we doing that? Why are we putting in high-speed rail between New York and Washington, D.C.? Why are they pushing for high-speed rail in California? Why are they pushing for electric vehicles? It's all about control, folks. If they take your car away from you, herd you into the cities, make you reliant on government transportation, well then guess what? you can only go where the government wants you to go when they want you to go. If I want to go to McDonald's right now, all I got to do is walk over, get in my pickup, fire it up, drive about 17 miles, order me a Big Mac, large fry and large drink, because I'm a big guy, and drive home. Or drive to the park and enjoy my Big Mac meal under a shade tree. I can go where I want, when I want. If I lived in a city, and if I was relying on government transportation and I wanted a Big Mac, well, hell, I got to walk to the bus stop and then wait on government transportation, get on it. Maybe, if I'm lucky, I won't have to make a transfer anywhere, and then get off the bus at a bus stop that may be 2 or 3 blocks from the McDonald's I want to go to and walk down there. Okay? I didn't get to go when I wanted to go when I was hungry, but I had to go wait on government transportation. They told me when I could go. I wanted to go to McDonald's. Did they let me off at McDonald's? No. They let me off at some pre-designated government bus stop. So they told me where I could go and when I could go. Same thing with your train schedule, your subways and your light commuter rail and everything else. You go when and where they want you to go, when they want you to go. It's a form of control, people. They're taking control of your life away from you because they know better. And the same with electric vehicles. They know they're not sustainable. They know that they can't manufacture enough batteries fast enough. They can't put in enough electric lines. They know that wind and solar can't support the electric grid, but they're going to shut down every damn coal-fired station. Even though we've got clean coal, they're going to shut down natural gas. They've already shut down oil and natural gas exploration and most of the coal mining in this country. So if they force you to buy an electric vehicle, but you can't charge it, guess what? Control. You better wake up, folks. You better start voting in some people that's got some damn common sense and knows how to use it. You better start voting in some people who don't subscribe to some utopian leftist ideology, religion almost. But I do think it's another piece of the puzzle. But then again, maybe I'm just an old grouchy bastard. I'd like to think that maybe I'm wrong, but I'm afraid I'm not. Let me know what you think below. You know, we've got cleaner air and cleaner water now than we had in the 1970s. I can remember when you couldn't see across the Golden Gate Bridge because the smog was so bad in San Francisco. Remember when we were taught, make sure your kids can't eat paint chips that's on the windowsill because they got lead in it. And we've got rid of the lead paint. We got rid of the lead pipes for the most part. We've come a long way, people. We've cleaned up a lot. And I'm not saying it didn't need to be done. We can burn coal now, and we can burn diesel and natural gas. Well, natural gas is clean burning anyway. cleaner. The air coming out of the smokestack on a modern power plant is filtered, scrubbed, and monitored, and is higher in air quality than the air they suck in to feed the boilers in the first place. I know this because I worked in power generation for a lot of years. It's not as bad as they tell you it is, folks, but they've brainwashed our youth. They've had years and years and years to brainwash the young people, tell them they're not going to have a world to live in 15 years or 12 years, scare them to death so they can bend them to their will. They were doing the same thing to us in the 1970s. Remember the crying Indian looking out over all the litter? Remember Greenpeace and Save the Whales and Save the Sea Turtles and all the tree huggers and people chaining themselves to trees? It's been going on for 50 years, folks. Statue of Liberty ain't knee deep in water. Beachfront property is still right where it was. There's more polar bears now than there were 10 years ago. Don't let them lie to you. Do the research yourself. Don't let them control you. I like being able to get in my old pickup and going to the rodeo if I want to, or going hunting if I want to, where I want to. Not have to ask the government's permission and go when they say I can, where they say I can. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share this video. The YouTube don't like my content. They're kind of suppressing it down. Help me grow my channel. I'd appreciate it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. I try to interact with everybody that leaves a comment. And as always, folks, may Liberty's torch light your path. And Godspeed in everything you do. We'll talk at you later.